Hey guys, HappyCattyCrypto here and welcome back to the channel. So we're going over something a little bit different here today, but it's definitely relevant to all of us. And I've been going around, I've been looking for different kind of utility projects to get involved in. And for all of us, we use a VPN. And each VPN service that we each use, we rely on them to not sell our data, to not harvest our data, not collect our data. And we solely rely on them as a central body. So what we're going to be going over here is actually a little bit different in the sense that this is actually a decentralized VPN service, but it's backed up by blockchain technology. So you're going to have the consensus layer, you're going to have your governance layer, you're going to have your validators and nodes. This is all really important stuff because if you're looking for a utility project, privacy is absolutely everything in crypto. Absolutely everything. The bottom line always a lot of the times comes down to privacy, and that's what the governments are trying to control. And what we're seeing is slowly but surely is a rollout and removal of all of these different VPN services, depending on what country you're in. Certain ones won't actually be accessible to you. A lot of them require you to pay for the service in order to access different countries, and there's lots of hoops sometimes you've got to jump through. What this is aiming to be and what it's rolling out and what it's developing into is one big decentralized blockchain ecosystem that is primarily based around a VPN. And this is all important stuff because, like I said, the thing that all of these companies want most is your data. So Cosmic Network is a decentralized peer-to-peer VPN service which removes the requirement for account registration or costly long-term subscriptions of traditional centralized VPN offerings. And once again, these VPNs, they're very centralized. You're reliant on them specifically. With something like this, that doesn't happen. The VPN is rolled out for a huge network of active validators. So you can access all your different favorite websites from anywhere in the world using Cosmic's Dvpn services. So like I was saying, you've got the digital node side of this, you've got the physical node, you've got the DPIN, and then you've got the Dvpn services. So the digital nodes of Cosmic operates using a decentralized network of nodes. Nodes runners can either install a package on their PCs to run a node and earn passive income through our incentivization program. This is really good. I'm looking into it at the moment. And yes, I am a validator on a blockchain and I am looking to validate other blockchains. So this is really interesting stuff for me because the use and utility use case behind this is real. There's a real gap in the market for a decentralized VPN service. I mean, it's a no-brainer from the beginning. So custom Cosmic routers come equipped with lifetime DVPN service and the ability to run nodes and operate as a passive stream of income for the user. And this is what running a validator is all about. But on top of getting all of that passive income, it's about building on top of the technology, and the technology and blockchain that Cosmic are providing allows for endless, okay, and I really do mean this when I say it allows for endless possibilities, and I really mean that. So the DPIN is realized through our network of individual nodes, each node being a vital piece of our physical infrastructure spread across various geographical locations and managed by different individuals or entities. So what's really good about this is the information passes through these validators, but they can't see anything, right? And that is normally somewhere where the end of the service comes in. So the final exit node. That's normally where information would be readily available and would be seen, but they have a special system built into this, which more or less prevents that from happening. So they're thinking about all of the different ins and outs of this. So when it comes down to these Cosmic routers, right, you can partner with Cosmic Network, i.e. run a validator, and they'll design a router with the specs that you require to run your necessary services and generate additional revenue streams for your project. So this is a kind of situation where you pay to get all of the infrastructure, you develop the infrastructure out, and you can do so much with it. On top of getting that additional revenue stream, you can do absolutely anything that you can think of if you've got the developers. So there's lots of different stuff that's involved in this that you'll have absolutely no real clue what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm not going to bother you down with that. What I'm going to say to you is this is one of the first times I've ever seen something like this being done. And this whole decentralized VPN service is an absolute no-brainer. So what we're all going to be waiting for is this digital nodes for desktop and mobile, because that's when you'll be able to use the VPN. You'll be able to run a full node or run a validator, do all of the different things that you want to do, so to speak. But there's so much coming from this as a utility coin moving forward, because it's a blockchain, right? It's a decentralized VPN service. There's a lot tied into this. So when you start going over all of the ins and outs, the ups, the downs, and really what gives this a leading kind of edge, so to speak, is just all of the different tools. But what you've got to understand is the flexibility of providing the services based on what a user really is going to need. So let's say, for example, right, a user requires faster speeds and probably the fastest speeds possible, let's say. And then they have the ability to provide a dedicated server to actually give them complete privacy and those extremely fast speeds. So you're not kind of throwing one away to gain on the other. You get the best of both worlds with speeds up to 20x faster. It's really something that's going to offer peace of mind to someone who's trying to build out infrastructure, whilst also offering private centric whole user-based models, all built around a validating base and a multi-node setup to give them the complete freedom, right? And you of having all of the privacy remaining private. So this is huge stuff. Like I said, there's huge gaps in the market for utility coins to do stuff like this. So this is something that's completely new. It's out of the norm. It's definitely different. So when I was looking at their roadmap, I was going through different things. They're really pushing hard. So during April, they have managed to achieve the mobile Windows beta VPN app, and that was released with servers in the UK, US, Netherlands, Australia, and Singapore. Okay, so they've already rolled out the test build, and then they've been achieving testing builds for over, I think it's 10 to 20x faster than other VPN services. They've onboarded 4 PhDs to build the hardware prototypes, which are those machines that we were looking at I think it's down here. So as you can see these here, these cosmic routers. So they've hired a group of PhDs, gold sponsors for Token 2049 in Dubai. This is where I actually first saw this more or less make a debut into my newsfeed. And I saw this all being spoken about, and it caught my attention in the same way that TFL caught my attention with Alliance, Enterprise, Payments DAO, and Labor Market, and all of those different things. So there's a lot to look forward. So May, they're going to be doing the hardware prototype model release, the public release of the Cosmic's own VPN network, which you guys will be able to use. I'll get a video out when that comes up, and I'll provide you all of the links there and then. And then the router waitlist sale, and then the final router model. And then in June, they'll be doing the public launch of hardware routers. So their roadmap looks really good, very tantalizing. There's a lot there to take in when it comes down to it. So let's boil this down, right? No logs. So this is demonstrating that there's no user browsing or data history logs are centrally stored by the application's developers. You've got encryption, which is ensuring the end-to-end encryption between users and servers are through open source transparency and application integrity checks. You've got a relay network, which is a well-governed, participant-rich relay network designed to deter malicious actors, ensuring exit nodes hosts do not know users' identities. Bandwidth, a system that verifies bandwidth provisions by the server provider in return for compensation from the users in a trustless and verifiable way. And then these all-important exit nodes, which is a network of Dvpn servers, exit nodes, like we were saying, owned by multiple parties who remain unaware of the user's identities. These are really important points when it comes down to what they're providing and what they're pushing forward. Because like I said, on top of all of this, right, they've got a token, it's a blockchain, and they're building out on it. And what will happen is more people will come to build based on the privacy, right, of being able to just build, not worrying about a total shutdown, not worrying about there being a central body that inherently can be shut down. Instead, this could be a network of 1,000 validators, 2,000, 5,000 validators. But what we know is they would inherently have to go and get each and every validator to shut those machines down. And as they shut those machines down, other people would spin more machines up. So you just can't stop something like this. Once the wheels are in motion, the gears begin to turn and it begins to push forward. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this pans out, how they go about this, and who really gets attracted in to come and build. Because like I said, if you think about all of the different like Monero coins like that, I think there was another one called Samuro. I think it was Samuro, something. It was a decentralized wallet system. It never ever pans out well when there's a central body. You're simply not going to see this here. So it's going to be really good. Once again, looking for those different kind of utility plays to get involved in this market, and looking for good roadmaps where they're going to be dropping really kind of bullish things, which are going to get people not only talking about it, but using and utilizing the technology and what role it's all going to play moving forward. And what you've got to ask yourself is, okay, they've got a token. Well, then that's the native asset for the chain. That's what will govern everything. That's what everything will be paid out in. So obviously something like this being so new, micro capped, it's a really interesting situation. I think they had just below 4,000 holders, which is pretty good considering the time they've had from launch to now. But other than that, guys, I'll leave links to all of this in the description so you can check it out yourselves. Do have a deeper read into it. There's so much information on this that it would probably bore you terribly if I had covered even 10% of it. What I'm trying to do is show you what I've seen, what I've gone through, what I've looked at, and then maybe you might get interested yourself. But for me, the most interesting point is definitely going to be having a decentralized VPN service that we can all use and utilize across the globe. Other than that, guys, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.